Uh-oh.
Smile, smile. It's a very classy show. We have our own countdown clock. Waiting and waiting. Let's see what we've got here. We're streaming on LinkedIn. Wave hello. We're streaming on Facebook twice, and
Hi,
we're
everyone.
waiting for YouTube. It's always the last one, and there we are. Now we can get to the real music. Dance with me, Johnny. Look who I've got as my co-host. Oh my God! Look at her go! Look at her go! Wow! Disco lady. Two disco ladies. It's your day. Celebrate in a special way. In style. Ba, 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 da, ba. My drums are in the other room. I keep forgetting to bring them in. Ba, ba. Okay, let's get the orchestra to take a look. Thank you, orchestra, the Suno Orchestra. I appreciate that very much. I'm Bonnie D here with a very special, very, very special lady who is my guest co-host today. You know her as Johnny Jordyn with a Y instead of an A in Jordan, and she's just Johnny J with us today. Johnny, I'm delighted, delighted, delighted to have you as my special co-host. Why don't you tell us two sentences? Take your I don't know, 10-year career, 20-year career, I don't know, and tell us who you are. Go ahead.
Well, I'll tell you, some of you on the West Coast might have seen me before as I did shows with members of Santana's older bands and from his Abraxas album, for example. And I played with his brother. And that's that is well, no, that's not the tip of my musical career. I also did a show with the Blues Brothers.
Oh my goodness gracious. Let's get some applause here. Can we get some applause? Okay, let's see if the applause track. Come on, you. Oh, Johnny, I very rarely applaud guests at the beginning of the show, but I had to. You're also an IT expert, and you and I can talk tech about that another time. So let me open the show. It's time to cheer, to toast, to woo. It's August 29th. Happy birthday to you and you and you. Johnny, it's not your birthday today, is it?
No, it's not.
Not mine either. Soon, but not today. With Bonnie D on her scarlet mic, serving up fame and flair with just the right spike. And joining me now with co-hosting flair is the wonderful Johnny J with charm to spare. Oh, Johnny. We'll announce celebrities and stars from screen to stream and social media darlings who are living the dream. Some of them are so young they didn't know they were dreaming about this, but some of them started on social media at 8 or 10 or 12 years old, so they did have a dream. Plus, oddball holidays and music history lore. Light the candles, not close to the computer, kids, I keep telling you, with happy wishes galore. So buckle up, darlings. A fun show's in store. HB2U is lighting up August 29th with glam and bam, I need noisemaker, and more. Johnny, what do you think of the intro? Pretty cool? There we go. I'm going to start off with music history. This should be right up your alley. And let's start with 1958. I don't know if anybody was alive then, but we're not talking about that. The first of DJ Alan Freed's Big Beat Reviews was held in Brooklyn, New York at the Fox Theater. Very, very famous venue featuring, all right, you ready for this, Johnny? Chuck Berry playing Johnny Be Good and Maybelline, why can't you be true? Bill Haley or Haley and his Comets, Rock Around the Clock. Frankie Avalon, Venus, oh Venus, wonderful song. The Elegance, There You Are, Where Are You, Little Star. Bobby Freeman, Do You Want to Dance and Hold My Hand? Obviously, I've heard these from my mother's womb. And Jimmy Clanton, Just a Dream, Just a Dream. I wish I had been at that concert, Johnny. That must have been something. Why don't you take us up to 1964? What have you got?
Well, first, I just want
Yes.
to remind you that Chuck Berry also did Johnny B. Bad. That's the one I grew up with, just
I didn't know that. What was it? I never heard of that.
oh, it was a private song between him and I.
Johnny B. Bad. I got it. I'm sorry. I didn't. I'm thinking of why it's I. Okay. You've got 1964 for us. What's
Okay,
up in 64?
64. Roy Orbison released Pretty Woman. And per Billboard, the guitar sales during the British invasion in the US are the highest since Elvis Presley.
Wow. And I have a story to tell you about Pretty Woman. Apparently, Roy Orbison was sitting around in his house one day with some of his fellow musicians, and they were talking. Might have had a session planning a song. And Roy's wife came in. I think her name was Charlene or Charlotte, and she said, I'm going shopping. And Roy looked at her and said, Do you need money? And she said, A Pretty Woman Never Needs Money. And so one of his people was there and they said, Roy, I think that's a song. And so they named the song Oh Pretty Woman. And that's where it is. That a cool story?
That is cool. It
Yep.
is cool.
I found it out when I was the MC and drummer for a Motown cover band in Durham, North Carolina, a couple of years ago. And I researched all the music we were playing and announced these little snippets of music trivia to the audience. And I got lovely remarks like, would you just keep playing and stop the damn talk? But anyway, I did learn a lot about the music. So there you go.
I
I've got
wonder, I wonder if Roy was aware that she took plastic with her.
I don't know what else she took with her or who she took home with her. Let's not leave that one alone. In 1966, the Beatles' last official concert for a paying audience was at Candlestick Park in San Francisco. However, the audio sucked, and they were tired of being on the road, living out of suitcases and travel vans and hotels, motels. Well, who know where they were staying. So they said, we're only going to do studio work from now on. And that was the beginning of their focus on studio work. So what have you got for us?
Well, I have to look up the year again. In 1970, Edwin Starr's hit "War" reached number one on the Billboard charts. Um, and I can tell you, I was scheduled to do a show. Well, my band was scheduled to do a show with War. Now, War is a separate band, but because of the name, how could they not? They played Edwin Starr's War, and our show was canceled. I think it was something with the booking agent, but we
Hmm.
were going to be doing that with them. My band, we only reached 18 on the top 100, and that was before I joined them.
Of course.
Unfortunately, I didn't help, but yeah, we reached 18, and that was in April.
Oh, hold on. Okay, go ahead. Well, that's pretty good anyway. 18. I'll take that. Okay. Thank you for that. I'm going to move on to 1986. We're jumping from 1970 to 86. Madonna starred in the movie Shanghai Surprise. Guess what? The movie bombed at the office. How the box office, meaning theaters didn't really like it. Neither did the critics. It was produced by George Harrison's production company. George Harrison, as in a Beatle. His company, Johnny, was called Handmade Films, and he commented to the press about Madonna. She doesn't have a sense of humor, which is unfortunate because it was a comedy. Oh my, I don't know what Madonna's response to that was, but anyway, the movie bombed. What have you got? 1987, something coming up?
1987, Leppard's Hysteria album topped UK and US charts and sold 20 million plus copies worldwide. Now, I never played with Def Leppard. Never even came close to playing with Def Leppard. Def Leppard wouldn't have the slightest clue who I am. I'm a speck on the back of an ant to Def Leppard.
Well, think about this. 20 million copies in 1987. That was 25 and 13. That was 38 years ago. That was a heck of a lot of records back then, wasn't it?
It was. And
Yeah.
records were big back then.
I know, that's right. Those were the vinyl years. Let's move ahead to 1994. Oasis released their debut album. Definitely Maybe. I think I've said that to people in my lifetime. Do you want to do this? Definitely Maybe. Okay, they sold 1 million copies in the US, and this spearheaded a second British invasion. I think we're talking about the British an awful lot. What's next?
In 1999, HBO premiered Cher live in concert from Las Vegas. Now, they did that at the MGM Grand, which was the world's second largest hotel based on number of rooms.
Interesting. How many times did Cher try to retire and had her farewell tours and then she kept coming back, right? I know, I know.
Uh, and we all know she's a vampire.
Yes, I know she is. One of my favorite songs by Cher. I liked the Sonny and Cher era. They had some really Gypsy Tramp and Thieves was good and all kinds of songs. But one of my favorites from her was Believe. Remember Believe?
I remember Believe.
Great song. I think well, I can't play licensed music on most of my shows, but I remember something about Believe I really captured me. Let's move ahead 10 years to 2009. Interesting. 2 months after Michael Jackson passed away on what would have been his 51st birthday in Mexico City, 13,000 13,597 people. Let me do that again. 13,597 people in Mexico City performed the Thriller dance. You've all seen it. You've all seen the videos of MJ doing that. And they established a new Guinness World Record of theater dance performances. Thriller. Unbelievable, right?
Wow, 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 and more wow.
Yeah, that was a wow. I wasn't there, but I can't even imagine almost over 13,500 people dancing Thriller. That must have been with the moon dance and all of the moonwalk that he did. It was
That
really.
had to fill an entire soccer stadium.
Do you remember where you were the day that Michael Jackson was at his passing was announced, Johnny?
No, I don't.
I do. I think I was at a street fair on Long Island in Great Neck where I lived, and I think that was the day that they closed the main street, Middle Neck Road, and the restaurants put tables and chairs out, and people came and dined outside, and they had local bands, and they had, I don't know if they had kid stuff, face painting and all that, and they think they had a karaoke booth, and I remember, I don't know how I found out, somebody blasted it on a radio somewhere. They just announced that Michael Jackson had passed away. So that was 2009, and it was shock and amazement. Really, really was. Almost as much as when Prince was announced, right? When Prince died. These,
Well, and with those deaths, we're all going, did he really? Or is this another one of those hoaxes that's coming up?
yep, yep. And then we think of how many years have they been around and what did they mean to us and how much music did we play or did we buy from them and did we see their dances and their movies and whatever they were doing. They're part of the fabric. They're the story of our lives, right? They're there. They're part of that. So let's go to celebrity birthdays today. Elliot Gould, what an actor! He's 87. I think we need an applause for this here. Let me see if we can get this. Elliot Gould, there you go. Oh, I hope you're celebrating somewhere. I had forgotten that he was married to Barbara Streisand for 63 to 71 for 8 years, and they had a child. He was a comedy actor, well known in the 60s and 70s. He's in a film called Bob and Carol and Ted and Alice. I remember that one. He was in MASH. He was in The Long Goodbye. He later played the character Jack Geller on the sitcom on NBC Friends. On Showtime's Ray Donovan, very popular series, he played a character called Ezra Goodman. And in the Ocean's 11 film series, he played Ruben Tishkoff. He has a very, very long historied career, and he's been in so many films. He pops up as the father of somebody in some recent show. So happy birthday to Elliot Gould. And who've you got, Johnny?
Rebecca De Mornay. Now, she's got a long list of movies. I'm going to read it from the paper because I'm not going to remember all that.
Okay.
Uh, Risky Business,
Mm-hmm.
The Slugger's Wife, the Trip to Bountiful, The Hand That Rocks the Cradle,
Mm-hmm.
The Three Musketeers. Which, by the way, in my mind, I thought it was the Four Musketeers, but I'm not sure. Never Talk to Strangers, Wedding Crashers, and Mother's Day. On TV, she starred as Wendy Torrance in the miniseries adaptation of The Shining.
Ooh.
Oh my God! I hope that doesn't leave her with bad
Well, hold on. Let's
nightmares.
get a. That's her. That's what she's saying. And one more.
And she played Dorothy Walker on Marvel's Jessica Jones.
Very, very cool. Happy birthday. Rebecca Mornay is 66. Hard to believe. Risky Business was in 1983. That was her breakout role. It might have been for Tom Cruise as well. 83. So 17 and 25, 42 years ago. Well, I have a whistle. Hold on. Let me get the whistle up here. Let me see if we can do it. That's better than mine. Okay. Today is the birthday of the actor called Jason Isaacs. He's 63. He played the lead role of Michael Britton in the sci-fi TV series Awake, which I didn't see. He played Lucius Malfoy in the Harry Potter film franchise. Those of you who are Harry Potter fans probably know Jason Isaacs. He later appeared in the Netflix series The OA, and I got to know him most recently, not personally. He starred in season 3 of The White Lotus as Tim Ratliff. He played Parker Posey's husband, and they had 3 very strange children, and they were a very unusual family, likened to a family of rats or something like that, where they all wanted their territory and they were doing interesting things. He had well, this is not an X-rated show, Johnny, but he had a revealing scene where he was sitting in a chair and his in the buff, covered by a bathrobe, and when he made a certain move in the chair, the bathrobe opened, and it was a full frontal. And there were big debates about whether that was really his. And his children in the show were in the room and they were, "Oh, Dad, cover yourself." And I think they said in the reports that a prosthetic was involved. And we'll just leave that one. Rescue Me. What's the next one, Johnny? Who have you
Well,
got?
no, I want to add that
Yeah.
did you know that Jason Isaacs had a lot to do with the appearance in Harry Potter?
No, I didn't.
The wig selection and
No.
everything. It wasn't the director's initial vision.
Interesting, interesting. The backstage stories that we learn about the actor's input into a production, very interesting. And who's our next birthday celebrant?
Carla, oh my goodness, Gugino.
Yes, yes.
I'm afraid I don't know Carla, but she was an actress who played in Michael J. Fox's Spin City girlfriend and portrayed Amanda Daniels on the HBO series Entourage. In 2018, she began starring in Netflix's The Haunting of Hill House. Oh, Hill House. I just shivered.
Okay.
Um, Her film credits include American Gangster, Sin City, and Night at the Museum. Night at the Museum, now that is a little bit of a different take from the others.
I think so. Let's see if we can get a gasp for her. If I There you go. That's for her film choices. Carla Gugino is a very beautiful actress. Happy birthday. Now we're going to go to another beautiful actress, Leah Michelle. She spells Leah without the H and Michelle with only one L. She's an actress and singer who played Rachel Berry in the TV musical series Glee, and she won a whole bunch of Golden Globe awards for her appearance. And then she did a quick turnaround and she played Hester in the Fox horror comedy series. I like horror and comedy put together. Scream Queen. So, Leah Michelle, happy birthday to you. And I think that's it. I think I repeated
Yeah.
her in the list. So, that's it. Let's go to In Memoriam. You want to do this one? You want to do this one, Johnny?
Okay.
Yeah, you
Um,
do this one.
Michael Jackson, 1958 to 2009. King of Pop. He was the King of Pop, who became the most successful singer in American history for releasing, I'm sorry, I'm looking down, award-winning hits like Billie Jean, Beat It, They Don't Care About Us, and Smooth Criminal. His first his first rise to prominence at age 6, singing with the family group the Jacksons. I didn't know he was that old with the Jackson 5, just 6. My
Yeah.
goodness. Tito, Marlon, and Jackie Jackson.
And Jermaine.
And his 1982 Thriller. I'm sorry, I don't want to cover my face.
That's okay. No, don't.
Uh, Thriller became the best-selling album in history, winning 13 Grammys and having 13 songs reach #1 on the U.S. chart. And oh yeah, he is in the Guinness Book of Records for the most successful entertainer of all time. And Thriller has got to be the most unforgettable. Uh,
Hmm.
uh, Not just the song, but the video he did. I mean, uh, if you remember the videos of the day, you know, it was like just a moonshot above all those.
Groundbreaking, yes, and that's why all those people in Mexico City danced it 2 months after he passed away. That was a memorial to him, an accolade and a tribute to him. Let's go to Ingrid Bergman in memoriam. We're still in past people. 1915, she was born on this day, and she passed away in 1982. Legendary Swedish actress, immortalized for playing Ilsa Lund in the classic iconic film from 1942, Casablanca, which she starred in with Humphrey Bogart. Bogey! She was ranked the fourth greatest actress of all time by the AFI, that's the American Film Institute, and she happens to be the mother of Pia Lindstrom and the actress Isabella Rossellini. Ingrid was married a couple of times. Very famous, very beautiful actress. So happy birthday in memoriam to Ingrid. And I saved a musician for you, Johnny. Who's the last birthday? Go ahead.
Well, we all know him as Charlie Parker. He's Charlie Yardbird Parker from 1920 to 1955. An American jazz saxophonist, you think I'd know how to say that word. American jazz saxophonist, composer, band leader, a key figure in the development of bebop, a jazz style characterized by fast tempos, advanced harmonies, and virtuosic technique.
Ooh.
His improvisational style, combining new and existing melodies with chromatic scales, helped transform jazz and elevate jazz musicians from entertainers to intellectuals.
And I'm
Now,
going to add a comment after you. You go, and I have one. Go.
I'm straining to remember the name. There was a band of four saxophonists that did albums, all of them taking Charlie Parker solos and just expanding them into four-part harmonies.
Interesting. The reason I have a comment here, Bill Gottlieb, William Gottlieb was a photographer reporter for one of the Washington, D.C. papers way back in the day. He happened to end up being a neighbor of mine in Great Neck, Long Island, New York. And he was sent on to report on a music star at some point, and they didn't have a photographer. So Bill Goddard borrowed a little camera. We're talking way back early, way before cell phone cameras and all of that. And he became a very well-known jazz photographer. And the famous set of U.S. stamps, including Billie Holiday, Bill Gottlieb took that picture. He took
That's
the picture
awesome.
of major stars, and I was asked to go interview him. I was the assistant editor of the Great Neck Record for a couple of years, back in around 1999, and I was told I was asked to go meet him. So I went to his home, and I met him and his wife Delia, and we just had a lovely conversation. And I wrote a front page story, "Happy Birthday, Bill Gottlieb," and all that jazz. And the reason I'm telling you this is that he created, designed, and produced the jazz calendars. And Charlie Yardbird Parker was one of the months in the calendars. The story goes that there were some judges in New York who, when they were scheduling a trial, Johnny would look and say, "Oh, let's do it in Yardbird Parker's month. Let's do it on the 15th of whatever, and let's do it in that." So it would be August. So it was used by well-known people as a scheduling tool, that calendar. But Bill Gottlieb invited me to go to the Village Gate as his guest. And we also, Johnny, went to his photography studio where they were processing his film, his pictures. And I got to meet the people who were doing the editing on the black and white photos. He took a very, very famous jazz people. He took me to dinner, and I got to see a stage show at the Village Gate. And in the lobby, when you walk in, there were almost life-size pictures of what became the postage stamps. So Billie
Oh,
Holiday is there, and I guess Parker was there, and they have huge framed posters, all done by Bill Gottlieb. He's passed away, but we became friends over the years, and it was just happenstance that I happened to be working at the record when they said, "Why don't you go do a profile on Bill Gottlieb?" So that's my that's my story about the jazz calendar. So there.
but did he know you were royalty and put you on a postage stamp?
I wasn't radio royalty then. You're very sweet.
I,
Okay.
wait, before we leave this,
Yes.
I remember the name of the band. For any jazz aficionados that are listening to us, it was called Super Sax. And I I remember hearing them, I possibly in the 70s when I started playing music, but certainly in the 80s.
There's a joke about that, and I'll tell you what's a little off color. I'll tell you when we're off the air. It's about a retirement home. Okay. You could say the name of the band twice and you'll get the joke. Okay, I'm going to start now. I had you as starting, but we flipped our order here. So I'm going to start with social media stars. I'll do the first one. Just Jules. She is 16 years old today, Johnny, and she has 4.7 million subscribers on YouTube. Why is this important? Because she posts regular vlogs about her daily life, her family, her friends, her food, and more. She makes what's called viral shorts. Those are short reels. And her short, "You Are Amazing," with viral positive affirmations, went viral with, Johnny, 10 million views. And her short, "Chocolate is a Salad?" Question mark, exclamation, question mark, has 31 million views. How do they even count that high? I'm
Oh
sorry.
no. I recently had a TikTok post that went over 7,000 and I'm like, woohoo!
Oh my God, that's amazing. That's phenomenal. Okay, well, congratulations on that. I'm happy that I have almost 200 people subscribing to my YouTube channel. So that's viral for me. Okay, you're going to do the next one. Who's on
Okay.
TikTok?
Uh TikTok, Yesli Damati. And she, at the age of 28, 5 million plus TikTok subscribers, and Instagram's has 2 million views. Content creator and actress who posts acting, comedy, beauty, and trend content and lip syncs of famous scenes and song lyrics.
Well, happy birthday to Yesley. I think that's a very cool name. I'm going to move on to Natan, as in Nathan without the H, Natan Bianco. He is 27 today. He has 7 million subscribers on Instagram. He's a social media personality and international professional. Pop, pop, my boxing gloves are under the desk. Pop, 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 boxer. He posts casual fashion and often, not for me, shirtless modeling videos and lifestyle photo blogging. So happy birthday to Natan Bianco. And you have one more for us. This is going to be
One
a
more.
fun one. Yeah.
For YouTube, Oompaville, aka Papa Oopsie. He, at age 29, yeah, I know, Oopsie, 29, 5 million subscribers and 11 million views of his video, True Story Animations Disney Probably Wouldn't Approve of. He's a gamer who posts in-depth gameplay, highlights, and tutorial videos intertwined with his comedic commentary. He has worked as a founder and CEO of the Sour Boys Sour Candy Company.
Well, happy birthday to Oompaville, Papa Oopsie. Can you? I, I, I just can't. Okay.
I
Uh,
can't understand why you gave that one to me.
well, I just thought it would be really cool here. August 29th. Let's go to our wacky holidays. I had the wrong date in the notes, but we know today is the 29th. And by the way, I have to do a shout out to a dear friend from my childhood years, Tani, Tonni. I don't know her age. She's around our age, I think. And she is celebrating her birthday, and it's the same day as one of my aunt's birthdays. I think Aunt B was, no, Aunt B was April 7th. Somebody was born that day, and it was August 29th. So happy birthday, Tani. So today is National Lemon Juice Day. Oh my goodness. Let me start, and then we'll flip on these. We'll go back and forth. In 1493, lemons were introduced. Anybody remember 1493 in their history books? Come on, everybody. Think, 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 think. It was one of those history lessons about American history, discovering New World. Come on, come on, come on. There's a singer with the same name. Lemons were first introduced to the New World by Christopher Columbus. Since then, lemons became a staple in households for medicinal uses, and they were once seen as a sign of wealth. Did you know that, Johnny?
I didn't know that.
Neither did I. Tell me more. Go ahead.
No, I think I want to grab some lemons and go do some trading. Okay, lemon juice is used in herbal remedies, depending on where you want to come from. Body detoxification, a quick fix for many ailments, and for preparing at-home beauty treatments. Oh, that's why you gave this one to me.
Ayurvedic.
Ayurvedic recipes use lemon juice for adjusting pH balance or as a stabilizer for other ingredients.
Do you buy whole fresh lemons or do you buy in the little bottle that looks like a lemon that you open the top and you pour out the pure juice? What do you do?
I'll be honest, I love iced tea, but I tell the servers, yeah, I'd like some iced tea, no lemon, no lemon, no lemon.
Okay. Well, I use lemon in certain recipes, but I've gotten tired of lemons sitting in my fridge for too long so that they're not usable anymore. So I buy fresh lemon once in a while, and then I buy the little bottles that they make them. It looks like a lemon, and it sits flat in the fridge, and it's got a little green top, and you flip it open, you squeeze it out. I have one for lemon juice and one for lime juice just in case. In the 1800s, here's where we get to the part you were interested in, Johnny. This is for you. Posh lemons. Lemons were a sign of wealth. Lemon trees were grown outside homes to show affluence and provide a fragrant scent as people walked by. So I would go by your house and I would say, "Oh, whoever lives in that beautiful house must be very wealthy. And it smells so good, like fresh lemon. Oh, that's a lemon tree. It's outside Johnny Jordan's house. Oh my goodness." So now I just wanted you to know I'm thinking of you. What's the next one?
I suddenly have a urge to sing Lemon Tree.
Lemon tree,
Tree,
very
very
pretty,
pretty, and
and
the
the
lemon
lemon
flower is sweet.
sweet.
Now you know why they didn't ask me to sing when I was on stage.
Or me to sing when I was doing comedy either. I can't resist it. Go ahead. What's next?
Okay, lemon in the 1900s, lemon is a common name given to both boys and girls.
And I'm going to take us back into the mid 1800s when the demand for lemons and their scurvy preventing properties was at a peak during the California gold rush. Scurvy was a vitamin C deficiency disease, and apparently lemons, I don't know whether it was a pucker up lemon, I don't know whether you had to pucker up and suck the lemon, but anyway. Okay, so that's it for Happy Lemon Juice Day. And you're going to start the next holiday. This is our last one. Go, Johnny.
Okay, it's National Chop Suey Day.
Okay.
And chop suey is a dish from American and overseas Chinese cuisine consisting of meat, usually chicken, pork, beef, shrimp, or fish,
Ah,
and eggs, cooked quickly with vegetables such as bean sprouts, cabbage, and celery, all bound in a starch-thickened sauce. It's typically served with rice or stir-fried noodles.
is that one of your favorites, chop suey?
Um, no, I've had it. I've had it.
Me
And
too.
it's like I've been taken to Japanese restaurants, and I'm not a sushi girl. So, um, if I can find chop suey or teriyaki or something else, yes, I'll go with it. What I remember about chop sueys, I remember it having um like a lid, a hat of egg, and I had to like break through it to get to the rest.
Really? Okay, I must be going to the wrong restaurants. I'm a fan of chow mein and I like what's the lo mein. I like those
Yeah.
greasy noodles and I took a cooking class in 6th grade. We had a huge cooking studio at the top floor of our elementary school in Queens, New York. And it had a huge table with sinks in it and we put on aprons and one of the dishes they taught us to make was sukiyaki, which is a Japanese dish, not Chinese. Sukiyaki with beef and I think spinach. And I remember making sukiyaki and bringing the recipe home and making it for my parents. That was interesting. Let me move to 1840s. A historical scholar who studied Chinese food named E. N. Anderson said chop suey may have its origins in the county of Taishan in the Guangdong province of China, known as Tsapseui, chop suey, which means miscellaneous pieces. Chop suey may have come to America through the earliest Chinese immigrants who arrived. We were just talking about this a minute ago in the Lemon Day. Okay, for the gold rush in California in the 1840s. After a day digging for gold, the immigrants, mostly men, chose chop suey as a cheap filling meal in either a home or over a fire, I guess. So that's it. So what's next?
Well, I don't think we're quite leaving chop suey yet. So here's an alternate origin story. A chef in San Francisco created the dish after drunk sailors came to the restaurant and demanded a hot meal, so he cooked scraps.
Those were they were calling ahead for, yes, in the 1800s. So sound effects are all mixed up. Go ahead. What's another one?
I almost reached for my phone there, okay? It was invented by Chinese American cooks working on the Transcontinental Railroad,
Okay.
and I'm sure they fed them scraps too.
Yes.
And in 1896, the chef of Li Hongshang, a Chinese diplomat in New York, invents chop suey to satisfy Chinese and American tastes.
We may never know what the real origin was, but for people who like it, it doesn't really matter at this point. In 1884, a Chinese American activist named Wang Chin-fu described chop suey as the national dish of China in a newspaper called the Brooklyn Eagle. So I guess it was official then. And
Okay. In 2012, now we're getting in our time.
yeah,
2012, Andrew Ko, author of Chop Suey, A Cultural History of Chinese Food in the United States, stated popular chop suey restaurants attracted an interesting crowd of artists and theater people, and the kind of demi-monde. What?
demi-monde, it's a French word.
Demi-monde.
Yes,
Speak French. You do, though,
I
don't you?
do. I do. Yes.
And the chop suey was exotic, like sushi is today.
That's really cool. And I will add this that the long list of conflicting stories about the origin of chop suey is, in the words of a food historian, there are a lot of them. This one is named Alan Davidson, are a prime example of culinary mythology typical of popular foods. Johnny, I hope you enjoyed that. Let's give a round of applause to my co host here. Thank you very much. And we're going to go out and do some more dancing. So, all right. All right. Oh, Jonni. Oh my God, they really liked you. You're stealing the show here, dear. Okay, here, let's go out with our music. Thank you, Jonni. It was fun. Hello to Mickey Mickelson, who introduced me to Jonni. Gotta get my drums. Happy birthday. It's your day. Celebrating you. Special. It's so special. We're here. What would be more special than that? Wow.
We're celebrating you in style.
Thank you for watching. I'm going to tell the orchestra to go take a break. Thank you, Jonni. And let's say goodbye to social. Bye, LinkedIn. Bye.